What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the bottom of the map in a blue color, playing as Poseidon. His name is ArmyCore. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Oranos. It's IamMagic. The map is Anatolia. And this game was played in 2012. So we are going a bit of a throwback before the patches were involved, before any of the excitement happened in that regard. Back when egos were huge and losing was unacceptable. This is a random all series, and I think it's a best of 3 or a best of 5. One of the two, I do not know off the top of my head. But there are a few games to be watching here. And honestly, this is 2012, so this is like peak Magic. I mean, Magic is still kind of peak, but you know, his levels probably dropped a little bit. And this is peak ArmyCore for sure. So this is when ArmyCore was like dominating with his Oranos, and these games he's changing it up and going with the random. I'm not sure if it was just because friendly games or for what reason, but it'll be exciting. And yeah, so here's a thing that I've recently learned about these things, right? And these things. Let me check out the gather rate on herdables versus... Actually, it's more than I thought. I'll take it all back. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me at all. Okay. Herdables being grabbed. Fishing ship being built. Nothing too crazy here. We do have, what's this route? The Eye of Ornlu. No big deal there. Oracle gonna get picked off. Magic running away. On this map, this is probably one of the more interesting matchups for this map, to be honest. Probably one of the more interesting matchups because Oranos doesn't really have any of the advantages that make Oranos strong, like beyond the stuff like having shockwave, 3 shockwaves. On this map, having all of that extra speed doesn't really come into it. And oftentimes this is one of the more weaker maps for Oranos, but Poseidon doesn't really have any huge advantage that this map brings out either. So we'll see who can get the advantage here. I guess the big thing on this map is the middle of the map is going to be these 3 gold mines to be controlled. And there's this 1 gold mine chilling over here that you could potentially grab. Either player could potentially grab that one. And this is going to be a difficult one to gold control because it's so far away. So if you just get 1 extra gold mine here, 1 large gold mine, it could be a fairly difficult game to just win by the gold staff. The wolf running away. And Magic doing his thing. Like, just looking like a standard 6 fishing ship advance time here. The temple's up, the village is going to pop out. You dump your fishing ships in when this is getting to about 80%, 75%, and you get to the next age. A little bit late, but it should be totally fine. Prometheus, 430, 440. It's going to be fine. And you do want to make sure you grab this fish here. It's very important. And it's looking like ArmyCore is actually not going for the bottom fish either. He's just going to be booming up on this top side. So really important that Magic spots this, and we do see that he's checked out this location. He's got the Oracle over here, but he hasn't actually checked out the shore to see if ArmyCore's down there. We see a second dot coming up for Magic as well, so he's definitely fishing this side. One citizen looking like he wants to walk up to the top of the map here, looking for this side, but ArmyCore has already fished up most of it. There's still a little bit to go here, but we'll see if that's a thing or not. Villager is walking over here. Could potentially just use the Valor on this Oracle here just to make sure that he doesn't, or not even get the Valor, just upgrade him to a hero. If he spots this, which is going to be very, very close, we see the Villager running away, trying to hide him down the bottom to get a dock out. Nice little play there by ArmyCore. Very smart. We'll see if Magic's Oracle is going to get the line of sight on that one in time or not. It definitely will be in range, but whether or not it's in time, it will remain to be seen. So there was someone observing this game back in 2012. ArmyCore hits the classical age through Hermes here. Got his centaur. Doc is up, building out Bareem. That's exactly what you want to do for Magic. Just make this as painful as it can be to win while you just win this bottom cleanly. But what he doesn't realize is ArmyCore's got this Doc up already. And I love this. This is like, what is that? Nine walls at roughly 3 gold each. Just to protect the Doc, but Bareem's here. ArmyCore not building anything into that Doc. Oop, didn't mean to signal flare there, but okay. And the Bareem going to be sending this villager away. He's going to live, but now this Doc is going to be under fire. We see a military academy coming up for ArmyCore. Role playing as Zeus, I see. Should be throwing the stable down as well. We do see ArmyCore losing his centaur a little bit too focused up here with the Bareem with his one Doc. We do see the Promethean dealing a lot of damage here. No heroes out just yet for ArmyCore. They're very useful when dealing with the early. Well, he does actually have a Theseus. I was going to say Hippolyta, Theseus. Very useful when dealing with the early game of Oranos. I love that he's going after the Promethean, the big Promethean there, because the Theseus is going to be fast enough to catch up to this guy, I think. Yeah, 4.0 speed versus 4.3, so it's a slow death, but it's going to happen here, and he's going to lose that Promethean. He could probably also kill one of the small Prometheans as well. Oh, gets the gnarly the gnarly formation spread there, but the Theseus going to be coming in here, going to pick off some of those small ones, picks off the big Promethean, going to get so many kills here. This is totally worth for him. He can pick off most of these Promethean offsprings and the big Promethean, then he will come out of this with a win. Even if he dies, if he just gets one more hit, and he doesn't get it, 1 HP left on that Promethean, but that's totally fine for him. And now ArmyCore kind of overcommitting a little bit to this. With only 3 Bareems and 1, oh, he's got 5 Bareems in here. Nice, nice, maybe not overcommitting. Knows what Magic wants to do here. Just trying to distract for as long as he can. There's 9 of these Docs or these Trireme here. I wonder if he garrisons this next one. He does. Shooting with the Doc is basically two Bareems worth of damage because it does 10 damage per second. And now Magic's looking to move into ArmyCore's base. There are a couple of hoplite here, but still nothing else. And they're moving in. They're going to be on top of the villagers grabbing this wood here. ArmyCore going to have to retreat or lose some villagers. And while that's going on, well, he's just, I guess, defending here. And we do see this Doc's got nothing much. Not fishing up the rest of the fish over here for some reason, but Magic now picking off houses. Forced off the wood line there, picked off a villager or 2. Now the villager's moving on to the back. There is a small forest here. It's not going to be that inefficient to be gathering from that. ArmyCore only with 6 fishing ships. Why does he have so few? I guess he's missing this here, so totally fine because Magic's not fishing his side either, but still a little bit strange. Burke asks in the chat, are Greek ships better than Atlantean? They are different. They are different. I think the train time's the same. No, 12 seconds versus 14 seconds. So everything about the Bareem is slightly less. There's slightly less HP, slightly less build time, slightly less attack damage, except for move speed. They have the most move speed out of all the ships. So they're definitely different. It depends on what you value. If you value like the cheaper archer ships with faster train time and more move speed, or you value the more expensive ships with more HP, more attack, more range. Capping off the dock. He is going to clean this one up and maybe fish up. He hasn't got Poseidon yet, so... And ArmyCore chilling in the middle of the map here. Villagers moving on, looking like he wants to grab a town center. This town center does give a bit of an advantage. And look, this is going to be a really interesting fight for him. He doesn't have any archers. I was going to say this is going to be an interesting fight here because this is one of the few maps where cliffs become relevant, right? If you're fighting up on this part of the cliff and ArmyCore's down on this side of the cliff, you get the elevation bonus for the pierce units you have. So Hippolyta's going to do extra damage, but nothing else. Or maybe the Toxotes come out. So if you fight on this cliff here, you get a little bit extra damage. It's like something like 10% or something like that. But it may come in handy if he forces a fight here in order to make a push onto the gold mines or something like that. ArmyCore does cast a ceasefire. Seems a little bit overreaction there. Gets his town center up. Magic grabbing his own town center here. And it looks like Magic is just trying to make these villagers be inefficient during the ceasefire. I like that use, but the villagers are a little bit slippery here. Oh no, he's managed to stop a couple. He managed to stop a couple of the villagers. Gonna be running away from this spot, maybe move to the front spot. This is one of those... this is one of the reasons why you gather from the front gold mine here over the back gold mine, because you can always move to the back gold mine later, but I guess ArmyCore's army is going to be quite strong here. And looks like ArmyCore are going to be trying to chase Magic's army down here as Magic's trying to run away. He doesn't really... Oh god, what's he doing? He needs to get out of here. This is going to be a complete massacre if Magic stays. And he does stay. He's going to be losing some of these units, at least should be. I mean, they're getting run with the Promethean. If you sacrifice some of the Promethean, you should be able to run the rest of the units away because they are Oranos. Oranos units have the speed. Do you see that? ArmyCore now losing this fish as well as Magic is taking down this location here with all of those Bareems. Managed to pick off all the archer ships over there. And it's looking like really ArmyCore's only option here is going to be this crazy over-militarization where you just put all of your resources into these units and you try and just go for a gold star. Magic only has this forward gold mine as well, so if ArmyCore can make a push onto it or something like that, or just hold this middle. He has too long to hold the middle for. This gold mine is going to be lasting for a couple of minutes, so it's going to be a difficult spot. Shockwave coming down for Magic, and you see that these units, they sit here idle for so long. It's almost like you have to retreat whenever Shockwave happens, but it's looking like ArmyCore is happy to fight this one. Promethean's doing absolute work here. Hippolyta not really focusing stuff very well, but now she does, going to be picking off that Promethean in 2 shots. Now she has to go after those Promethean offspring, and ArmyCore going to be forcing Magic back there with all those hoplite. They do such good work, and the Murmilla don't have their medium upgrade, so these hoplite just going to rinse them with the extra damage and HP bonus that they have over them. Caraballis now coming out for Magic, though. That could turn the tide, especially because it allows Magic, if he can get a good position to fight, to just win fights. Really hard for Greek armies to fight against the Caraballis, and we do see him spraying some shots in there, trying to deal some damage. But ArmyCore not yet able to do too much. Going to try and chase this Caraballis down, maybe. If he can, it's really big. These units cost so much. 215 resources. For a unit that gets picked off basically for free here. I'm going to lose maybe a Hippocon there, so it's almost double the value just by picking that one off. And ArmyCore pushing in. We're trying to take down Magic's army here. Magic does have defender's advantage, so he will get those units popping out, but this is a Greek army. It's just so strong. Magic's sitting at 145 population though. Maybe just needs to get an armory up and get some some hack armor or something like that out so that he gets a little bit more of an advantage over the army that ArmyCore has. Or just get Heroic Age. He gets Heroic Age and gets some Stymphalian Bird to and then snipes the Hippolyta. Gets some Arcus out maybe. The gold is definitely going to be the issue. He's going to have to try and sneak this gold mine, I feel. But ArmyCore can just throw a wall down over here, and he gets complete gold control. And even though Magic has got a lot of fish going on, or at least a little bit of fish, not a lot of fish, he has some fish going on. It's going to be a difficult time for him to kind of win the battle of attrition when he's only got 400 gold in the bank, and he's not going to be able to go to the next age either, as he's still pumping units out. The villagers are going to move forward, going to be going for this gold mine. He does have watchtowers, so he could just spam out a couple of watchtowers on this gold mine while the fight happens, and potentially he can get going on that gold mine with 9 villagers here. I wouldn't be surprised if he just throws up 3 watchtowers around this gold mine. He's starting to set them up a little bit back. I like that. That gives him an opportunity to fall back off the gold mine. Villagers moving forward onto this tower. ArmyCore going to look to commit, but I think it's going to be a little bit too late as this watchtower is up. It kind of covers this watchtower as well. The villagers are moving forward. Magic going to be making some good trades to start with. The watchtower about to be up. Hippocon running around the back, going to be attempting to focus down the citizen. But is that going to be enough right here? There's so many units in for Magic here, but this again, we swapped to defender's advantage over to the Poseidon of ArmyCore as he's trying to fight this one off. The watchtowers in the back doing a lot of damage. Correlations has come through, so these Hippocon are all going to get picked off really fast. Losing 1 citizen there so far. Still not throwing down any more of those watchtowers. He does have pickaxe. I want to think about investing in Sharp Mine just to get some more gold out, but the army of Magic is just continually flowing in. Still 136 population. ArmyCore sitting at 100 population, so the fight going heavily in the favor of Magic there with that beautiful watchtower placement, able to move in, throwing down more military barracks to give himself his own sort of, I guess, just a front here. His own sort of defender's advantage, being able to replace those units instantly. Carabalis is sitting in the back, picking off all the hoplite. Villagers getting pulled off the gold mine now, trying to fight back against Magic's push. As he comes in, takes down those Toxotes. Villagers coming in as well, jabbing away, but that's not what you want to see. ArmyCore sitting at 1,500 gold right now. He just does not have the resources to get to the next age. And it's going to be a difficult time for him to fight back against this 145 population army without getting his own 3rd town center here. And now ArmyCore making a retreat. Can't really speak. Still building those villages, but just does not have that much food. Got a lot of idle villagers here. Could have eaten the berries, could have eaten the boar. So many small mistakes here from ArmyCore, really costing him on the resources that he needed to get, I don't know, to the next stage, to the 3rd town center. Also, not leaving his army here was a bit of a mistake as well, unfortunately. And now we're seeing Magic just going for the town center. Magic's bound to be getting, or starting to fly into resources. He's taking villagers off wood. He's got 8 villagers on wood, so he could just put them onto farms for the time being. And just go basically almost pure Murmilla here with like a couple of, like one Calabarrax a Terma pumping out. Just not really needing to be making Carabalis at this point, but he still is. Now, the Murmillo moving in, still picking off these units, actually getting some really good trades. You have a lot of units taking down 1 or 2 units. You can make it. You can stretch it quite a ways away. Now Magic throwing up watchtowers. There's still a gold mine over here that ArmyCore can fall back to. ArmyCore's got 800 gold left in the bank. 8 villagers on a gold mine somewhere in his base. He's still got gold in his base. About 1,000 gold left there. But he's just not able to spam units. He's got nearly 9 military buildings, but 5 of them just spamming right into Magic's army here. It's going to be a little bit too much, and now Magic's controlling this gold mine as well. Magic hitting the heroic age through Thea. Going to be able to get those dryads out, and ArmyCore taps out. GG. Well played by Magic, taking this first game on Anatolia. Some really nice play there from Magic. The sneaky watchtowers. Most people would have just gone for this watchtower straight away, but Magic realized that he could set up back here, put this watchtower in the kind of range of this back watchtower, and that's going to pop out first. Then when ArmyCore wanted to fight, he was already getting dealt with on this tower. This tower goes up and it's just too much. with 145 pop to 130 pop of the Magic versus ArmyCore's army, which is too much, and Magic takes that win. I feel like if ArmyCore sat further forward with his army, maybe up here or here, he could have prevented the towers from going up and maybe had a better fight. Don't know if he would have won it anyways, because like Magic's army was pretty good with those Carabalister. Anyways, we'll move on to game number 2 really soon. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me.